Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope that you're doing fantastic. So if you are brand new, I am not Jewish, I am not churchy, I am not religious, I'm spiritual, and so are you, or you wouldn't be tapping in here on a tarot card reading. But I do keep Shabbat. If you know what Shabbat is, that is the Sabbath. It's just a time that we relax and we rest and we don't do any work or anything like that. On the Shabbat, I do have a Hebraic descent. I know what household I come from because the great one, Yehovah Elohim, has told me who I am and showed me literally in my life who I am right out of the scripture. I do use scripture on my readings because it's actually found in the tarot. So is so is Yehovah's name. He is the great divine, and I like to get on here and show things about who he is and things that he has revealed to me to set other people free, because I used to be real churchy and used to be real religious, and Yehovah woke me up and told me to go a different way, and so I want to show you some things that have been hidden, because we were told in the churches that one day we would wake up and we would know a thing, and we've been in the judgment, and it just didn't look anything like I fantasized in my mind when I was in the churches that it was going to look like. But anyway, Yehovah's doing a new thing, and did a new thing with me at the same time. He never changed within who he was within it. But yet, I always say a never changing God will always be creating change, and in that he never changes. I do want to read something. I already got on today and read a little bit out of the scripture in the Psalms, but I do want to. I'm going to show you what his name looks like in the tarot. Okay, but last week I got on here and I spoke about how all his names we could find the Y within it. The arm had the Y shape. It's right here. The arm has the yod. It has a Y shape, okay, which is a letter Y. And the hay is a little pictograph with his hands up. And when we put our hands up to the divine, we have a Y there, right, which is the hay. It's pointing something out. It's a revelation of something. It's our breath, so it's a download. And then the nail, the tip peg nail, is the pictograph of a Y, and it's actually the V. And it used to also be the W as well, but it's missing the stem down here in our English. But it's the V, but it looks like the Y in the pictograph. And then again, we've got the H again, but still a Y. And it goes back to our hands and things like that, right? And today I was just reading out of Psalms 15, and we've had a lot of stuff coming out about spirituality, people, and a lot of people are allowing either healing to come and forgiveness to come, or things are being exposed because they wouldn't look in the mirror, okay, and get something healed that should have been healed, because we're in the judgment. We're in the judgment, and his hand is exposing some things and pulling some things up and taking the wheel and turning it in a new direction in where we find ourselves in history right now. And it's expansive, okay? So it's either going to be luck for you, or it's a reaping and sowing, and it goes the other way, and you get in your gel in your mind and everything else. But scripture talks a lot about the hand and his strong right hand and stuff like that. But I was reading today where Yehovah is asking a question in Psalms 15, and it says, Yehovah, or somebody's asking Yehovah, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who's going to abide there? Okay, and who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walks uprightly and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is despised, but he honoreth them that fear Yehovah. He that sweareth to his own hurt, but changeth not, and he that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh a reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. And who shall ascend into the hill is those who have clean hands, he says. And I just kind of wanted to read that, but I want to show you what his name looks like. Okay, so we've just seen the letters. And it's the yod, the authority. It's the will. It goes either way, right? It's a strong authority. It's a strong right hand that turns this will. And there's fortune here, right? There's big time fortune. So the yod, the hay is here, okay? And this also go back to bank systems and stuff like this. The high priest. And in his name, there are two high priests showing itself, okay? Yod, Hey, Vav. It's the lovers. It is decisions about which way we go, what we do. It's the mirror, to look inside the mirror itself, okay? It's a tent peg now. And here, when we look into the mirror, people, we are secure, okay? We are secure. And so the Vav, and then the Hey again. On both sides of this is a mirror. On both sides of it is a mirror. The Yod Hey, Vav Hey is here. And the wheel goes either way, and it keeps turning, and it's a circle that starts it. It's the wheel, right? And so it'll just go running right back into itself. And so everything really is a mirror unto itself. And it's both hands are here. His right hand and his left hand is here. It's huge. Something that I also seen here with his name is, I don't know if you guys see it, maybe I can do it this way, is the scripture says that we would have the necks of our enemies. Okay, not to just go out and be killing people, but that really is showing itself here. Okay, the yod is the arm, and it's going right into the hierophant energy, which is the high priest. Now we had Melchizedek, who didn't have a mother or a father, but he was a high priest forever, right? And Christ was also in the book of Hebrews. We get information about he was appointed as a high priest after the order of Melchizedek. So we do have it here. We do have it here. It's all wrapped up in Jehovah's name and his arms and his hands and his nail and his security and all that kind of stuff. He really does have the neck of his enemies here, because the arm that is here goes to the second house, right? And the second house goes back to our throat, where even if you don't walk in uprightness and have around your throat mercy and grace, then you're an enemy, and he's going to have your throat. He is going to have your throat. And so it all comes with looking in the mirror, people, and lifting our hands, even in our why moments. And he comes out here, and we would join hand in hand with him. He gives us luck within his name. And in his name, there's so much revelation here, people. It's just so much revelation here. He just blows me away every time he just I want to show you something. And there's protection here. The will represents protection. The will represents being the husband, okay? And when he says to us, I want to say it's in Isaiah, that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and even though that they would join together, that no weapon though would be formed against us that would prosper, because he's with us. It's our heritage, okay, to stand up and condemn every tongue that rises up against you and I, which come from the throat area. And some people just open up their throat, they just say whatever they want. My hand will come after you. Okay, you can touch my people, because my hands protect them. I've got them sheltered in my hands, kind of energy that's coming out here. But in that portion is he's talking about the tent there as well, being stretched out. And I want to say you can correct me if I'm wrong. I do want to say that it is found where he's pulling out the tents, and he's talking about the barren woman having more children than the one who could have children. And he becomes our husband within. That's huge. And then he expands things. It's huge, people. It's huge. And he does have a strong right hand and a left hand, and in his left hand there are riches there, and this is fortune energy. But the arm does go right up into the neck itself area, and I thought that was really really something else. Really something else. And then we've got the calculation type of energy here with the tent peg that secures the rope on the nail itself as well. So this is just really huge, and I just want to share it with you all because I love Jehovah, and I love to prove that he's found right in the tarot himself, right out of the word and the scripture. And when Jehovah says, look people, I'm going to have everybody know me, and I got secrets that I'm going to let you know when you get into the time that I prophesied long time ago that you'd wake up and know a thing, and then people be going, how'd that happen? It's because, you know, a lot of people don't want to listen to something. They just want to go, oh, well, God would never do that. No, God would never lead you that way. And you'll go, surprise. Those people who know my voice, they'll go in the direction I tell them to go. And then there they find security, they find protection, they find all kinds of stuff. And those people who thought they just knew it all, they stand there looking like it's stupid, and they're standing in their own rut. And so anyway, I just want to show this. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. Until next time, shalom.